Previously on Total Recall.
3 people have been killed and they're sublimators. Get on out of there. Come here. I'm telling you, stay out of the machine, all right? Just stay out of the machine. You got that?
You're scaring me.
Let's do this, please.
If you let me go, I'll tell you something that will help Olivia.
What did you say?
Sublimators are being used to monitor the implants.
Is that why you told me about Olivia? Is she on the list? Did you use this service?
Why would I use a dating service?
Hello, my name is Carol. I've been single for almost a year. Call me.
Have a look at this. Do you recognize the woman?
She used to be Carol, and I was in love with her.
I would know if there was an implant in me, wouldn't I?
No, wait.
That's my wife.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna prep her for immediate surgery.
Olivia, it's me, David.
David.
Yeah, this is Morales. We're arriving at Jump Station 7 right now.
Arriving, Mars Jump Station. Prepare to disembark.
There's your escort, Brant.
Door open.
See, I told you you'd have heavy-duty protection. Don't worry.
Mind your step.
Come on, let's go. Come on. In a few hours, you'll be safely in a CPB facility on Mars.
Attention, Mars.
Hey, you're not Johnson.
Don't kill me, all right? You don't have to kill me, all right? I'm worth a lot of money to the right people.
Physically, her progress has been excellent. Better than I would have expected, considering the procedure she's undergone.
That's great.
Physically, it's great. She's getting much stronger.
Okay.
Her memory.
What?
You have to understand that it's quite a different thing. The rejuvenation process could be very slow.
How slow?
Well, no one knows for sure, Detective. But with her type of amnesia, it could take weeks, months.
Years?
Yes, it's possible.
The more she sees me, though, right? That's a good thing.
Yes. The more time that you spend with her, the better chance that her memory will be prompted. I just don't want you to expect any miracles.
Hi.
Hi, stranger.
You know me yet?
Of course I do. They told me you are my husband, David Hume.
They told you.
Those are beautiful.
Yeah, these are, the violets. They used to be your favorite.
Thanks. They really, brighten the room.
Bring any more, you'll be able to open your own flower shop.
Yeah.
The doctor, she says you're doing real well.
Yeah, I feel better. The headaches are, stopping.
That's good. That's good. What was for dinner tonight?
Oh, they called it chicken celebration.
Chicken celebration.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to make you this dish, this veal scallopini. I used to cut up the garlic real fine. You liked that. And then I would, You don't remember any of this, do you?
Well, it sounds delicious.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I brought you something new. This was a pretty good day.
I'm sorry. They tell me that we're married and that you're my husband. But I don't remember our life together.
It's okay. It's okay. This thing was always going off at the wrong times. When we were alone, I think you used to call it our birth control. I have to get back to work.
Okay.
You know, one of these days, I'm gonna annoy you with this thing. All over again. I promise. I'll see you later.
This arrived 15 minutes ago.
We have Brandt. You want him back, alive. Starting price is $40 million. We're giving you first shot because we know you're most trustworthy. But we know there are other powerful people who want him just as badly as you do. Don't even think of tracking our location, or the deal's off.
There were 4 of them. Morales' condition is still critical.
You're not thinking of paying the ransom, are you? It goes against CPB policy.
There's only one player left in the game. These guys know if we don't come up with the ransom, Recall will.
Sometimes you have to bend the rules so you can continue playing the game in the same playing field. That's why the assessor's office is prepared to make the payment through a special discretionary fund.
Still, it seems a troubling precedent.
Brandt's testimony against Recall could be the coup of the decade for this bureau. That's worth breaking protocol for.
Lieutenant?
Gentlemen, I'm sorry to barge in on you like this, but I felt there were certain matters we should discuss, such as the legal proceedings against Recall, which your friend, Mr. Brandt, initiated with his false testimony.
It's up to a court to decide just how false Brandt's testimony is.
I thought I might save you some trouble by coming down here and telling you what I know about Brandt and his covert operation. That is, assuming you want to hear our side of the story.
We're always interested in your side of the story, Mr. Nagel.
I have other business to attend to. It's good to see you again, Vincent.
I want to state, for the record, that recall had absolutely nothing to do with the sublimated deaths.
Then who would be responsible?
Mr. Brandt and the deceased, Mr. Krochek.
You're saying that Brandt and Krochek acted independently?
Yes, they set up a secret division within recall. The sublimated deaths were merely a clumsy attempt to hide their tracks.
If that's the case, then why is Brandt so afraid of you?
Have you ever stopped to consider the possibility that Brandt may not be afraid of me at all, but that he wants you to think he's afraid of me in order to hide the evidence of the heinous crimes he's committed?
As a result of your investigation and your accusations, Mr. Nagel has suffered considerable emotional distress, sufficient enough to warrant a cross-complaint against the CPB. Whether or not you care to believe it, your investigation has put Mr. Nagel in a very tenuous position.
Your tenuous position must have been shot all to hell when you found out about Brandt.
What about Brandt?
He was kidnapped as he was being transported to a Mars jump station less than 2 hours ago.
Well, surely you can't think recall had anything to do with that?
No. We don't think you had anything to do with it. Just the same, the kidnappers will probably try to sell Brandt to one of the two official parties in this room.
I can assure you that recall does not respond favorably to kidnappers or blackmailers.
Good. Because entering into negotiations with them is a felony punishable by 20 years in prison.
I'm well aware of the law, Lieutenant. And I can see that this is absolutely the wrong time to discuss my dilemma. I can only hope that when Brandt is back in custody, this entire situation will be resolved fairly and with legal precision. Good day.
Get ready to make the drop. We need to get our hands on Brandt before recall does.
The lesion the implant caused was in the medial temporal lobe of Olivia's brain. It's the lesion that caused the loss of declarative memory. That's people, places, specific events, things like that.
There's gotta be something you can do. I can't believe our whole relationship was just erased like that.
There's an experimental protein therapy. It enhances memory plasticity. With your permission, I'd like to try it on Olivia.
What are the side effects of something like that?
Well, this part of the brain, the hippocampal system, it's not easily identified. It's not completely understood. We know that it's responsible for the creation and storage of memory representations, and it houses spatially and temporally separate events and reflects.
I'm not a scientist here, please.
We don't know what the side effects are. Everything is experimental.
I'm gonna have to think about it. My beeper went off today, and it was as if she related to it. She remembered it happening before.
Well, it's possible that certain things about you, like your job, are starting to stir up some old memories for her.
So there's some hope.
Yes, there's hope. Remembering your beeper's a good sign.
This suitcase is made of state-of-the-art material that gives off a tracking device wherever it's taken, be it Mars or the bottom of the ocean. Just drop it off, let the kidnappers take it, and then follow them before they have a chance to kill Brandt. Before the pursuit phase begins, you will have backup.
Lieutenant, if they have the money, why would they kill Brandt?
He's their only witness.
They're already guilty of kidnapping.
They have a better chance of getting away clean if there's no one there to ID them.
I understand that. My only point is...
They're professionals. It's a smart move.
My only point, David, is that they will have a greater opportunity to escape if we are preoccupied with Brandt.
Regardless of their plans, you two are on point. You better be in sync or this whole thing's gonna blow up in our faces. Hume, this one's sitting heavy on everybody. With what you're going through, if you want to sit this one out, I can accompany Favre.
Brett owes us that testimony. I'm the one that gave him the deal to let him walk out of here. I'm gonna see him honor it.
They slipped in a tracking device.
This is the spot.
Okay.
David, we are not alone.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and put the suitcase down? Let's get this thing going.
They don't have any backup for 10 blocks. Try blowing up the suitcase, see what it's made of.
I believe they have discovered the tracking device. They do not appear to be happy about it. By the time the laser fire subsided, they had mostly disappeared, presumably into the sewer system.
We should have known they'd have a tracking scanner.
He's right.
Only 2 CPB officers were allowed at the drop point. I wasn't about to let $40 million just fly away without monitoring its destination.
You were overly cautious. You were more concerned with losing the money than with losing Brandt.
Either way, the call goes against me, but then you know that, don't you? There has never been a transaction like this in this division.
In the light of what has happened, it is obvious that they will look for another bidder.
There's only one bidder left who wants Brandt, and that's recall. And as everybody knows, recall falls under the jurisdiction of the assessor's office.
I'm gonna get a court order to tap their phones.
Brilliant. Favre, any clues as to the identities of the kidnappers?
There was a security camera at the jump port, but it was destroyed during the ambush. Olen is doing her best to reconstruct the footage now.
If you can get an ID match, check these guys out.
I'll get to work on it.
It's gonna be a while before this thing starts up again. Why don't you take a break, maybe? Get some sleep.
I'm fine.
When stuff goes on in our personal lives, we have a tendency to throw ourselves into our work. I think it's more common in this business than in any other. But that doesn't make us better cops.
I don't need to be taken off this case.
I'm not taking you off this case. I'm asking you to get some shut-eye. What are the chances of your wife's memory coming back?
Nobody seems to know for sure.
I'll keep her in my thoughts.
Thank you.
I've been trying to reassemble this, but there's nothing like laser fire to ruin a good reconstruction. The recording media is pretty badly damaged. Let's see what we get in enhancement. Computer freeze frame, enhanced magnification. select feature. There.
That should be sufficient for a match. Jonathan Crane, former member of the Citizens Militia, expert in several forms of lethal tactics, including guerrilla warfare and special ops penetrations. Very tough customer.
Should make the mercenaries easier to track down.
Yes, for us and for recall.
Hi.
Hey.
I'm told you let a rather large fish get away today.
Yeah, who told you that?
There's some people who are as interested in this fish as you are.
People want to see him alive, or they want to see him take the hook? What do you say we get to the point?
I'm a friend of Mr. Nagel's. He'd like to meet with you, alone.
You know what? It's been a long day, and I'm too tired to meet someone like Vincent Nagel in a dark alley. Thanks anyway.
He's actually at a restaurant, right around the corner from here.
Forget it.
What he would like to discuss has to do with your wife.
Please, you do the honors. Don't be afraid to let the bouquet invade your palate.
Is there a point to all this?
A very cogent one.
Yeah, that's great.
To the French, great wine was the essence of life. A perfectly ripened and textured grape was considered God's masterpiece. Aged for years into a sumptuous nectar, a bottle of vintage wine was the perfect salve to soothe a suffering soul.
What do you say we cut the crap, Nagel?
It's not crap, detective.
Your girl said this had something to do with my wife.
She's the cause of your suffering at the moment, is she not? Or more precisely, the loss of her memory. Such a beautiful woman. You must have shared many intimate moments. The loving embrace of your wedding night. A simple walk in the rain.
You think about going anywhere near?
I have no intention of harming her. I propose to help her.
How?
I want to give Olivia back her memory. I want to give her back to you, the way she was before.
Yeah, sure, and why would you want to do that?
I will do it, in exchange for something very important to me.
Brant?
Yes.
I thought you said Brant wasn't important to you.
That was for Erenthal and Callie's benefit. The special project Brant has been working on was started long before I became Director of Internal Security at Recall. It is, nonetheless, my problem, and unless I handle it properly, it will cost me much more than my job, Mr. Hume.
Okay. I can see why Brant would be important to you. But why should I believe that you would do anything to help Olivia?
I know all about the CREB protein Olan Chang's been developing. Odds are it won't prove sufficiently efficacious to restore your wife's memory. But this will.
What is it?
A formula based on the CREB protein, but approximately 500 times more powerful. One of Recall's developmental secrets. You give me Brant, I restore your wife's memory.
You're asking me betray the CPB.
I would have thought the restoration of your wife's mind was more important to you. Take the sample. Have it analyzed. I've added an enzyme to the protein which will completely destroy it within 2 hours, but that's still time enough for you to prove its potency. When I have Brandt, you'll have the rest of this. You have less than 2 hours to analyze that. Do something useful for your wife, David. At least she's human.
Structure is the same, with the exception of 2 carbon rings that have been added to the bond of each protein. But they've added another enzyme here that looks like it'll destroy the protein within the hour. Where'd you get this?
Better if I don't tell you.
Okay, let's see what it does metabolically. This is reconnecting the neurons. It's the Krebs protein about 500 generations down the road.
This is the real deal.
Yes.
Will it help restore Olivia's memory?
David, who gave this to you?
Will it help her?
You're really putting me on the spot here.
I know. I got no choice.
Okay. Based on the fact that it's a natural protein, I'd say the chances are good. But I'm not going out on a limb and guaranteeing anything until I have time to run more tests. And to do that, I need more than an hour.
Do the best with what you got.
Where are you going?
To buy you more time. Hey. Thanks for the overtime.
This was recorded from Nagel's phone less than 10 minutes ago.
If you want Brandt, it's $50 million.
Brandt isn't worth 50 cents to me. And why you would be stupid enough to think he is should be classified as one of life's great mysteries.
That's it?
The entire conversation.
It's got to be some kind of trick. Brandt is far too valuable to recall for Nagel to turn this offer down.
Trick or not, we're going to get a second chance to get our hands on Brandt.
Arenthal.
You still want Brandt?
What happened? Recall reject your offer?
That's our business. This time, if you want Brandt, it'll cost you $50 million.
I think your price would go down as your commodity became less valuable.
You want us to kill him? Is that what you want?
It's going to take us some time to raise the extra 10. If you want the exchange to take place today, you're going to have to accept the original $40 million.
On one condition. No tricks, no guns, and no tracking devices. You can have one man.
2.
They come alone. No backup.
Agreed. Where's the drop point?
On Tier 18 and 3 South. There's a video kiosk right next to a public vid phone. Go there. Wait for the phone to ring. I'll contact you.
You were right about the second chance.
It makes sense. We're the only game left. Now, I want this to go down smooth and easy. No fireworks.
With no tracking device, how are you going to stay on top of the money?
I have a couple thoughts. Wait. Kalia's here.
Oh, she's sleeping. Sleep is the great healer. It's when the body does most of its regeneration. I'm sorry that I don't have more positive news for you, but it's just going to take time.
She doesn't remember me at all.
It's not true. It's just that she needs time to get to know you all over again.
What happens once I take her home?
You go very slowly, and you hope for the best.
I guess that's what I'll do.
What's happened to her isn't her fault. The more gentle you are, the more time that you spend, the better the chance that she'll respond positively.
Thanks. Do me a favor, will you give this to her when she wakes up?
It's your badge.
Yeah, it's the first one I ever got. Before I made detective, I want her to have it in case I just want her to have it.
Check for a tracking device.
Yeah.
Walk to the alley at the back of the street. Follow it. When you come to the last door, turn left. Smile for the birdie.
Let's go.
Put the money down. Kick it over here. Back away.
Where's Brand?
Do it.
We're not going anywhere without Brand.
Do it now.
No way.
Do it now.
We want Brand.
David, the money is gone.
Forget about it. We got Brand.
I will signal Lieutenant Ehrenthal.
It might be a little early for that signal.
How do you mean?
Sorry about this, buddy. You shot your partner. It was just a stunner.
Why?
None of your business.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, but there's been a slight change of plans.
And that is?
Meet me at the shipping dock. I'll make the exchange there.
You'd better not be double-crossing me, Hume.
Just protecting my ass.
You're selling me back to Nagel.
Don't worry about what I'm doing.
He'll kill me.
Where's Brandt?
You see those tankers? Brandt's in a container on one of those ships.
Making him a needle in a haystack.
Making him an insurance policy.
You don't trust me, is that it?
Not until I have the full dosage of the Krebs protein tested.
It's been delivered to your wife's hospital room as you instructed.
And when it's verified, you can have Brandt. Until then, we might as well just make ourselves comfortable.
There may be hope for you yet. When it came down to it, you didn't hesitate to sacrifice your partner.
It wasn't as easy as you think.
He's a machine. The qualities you credit him with are reflections of your own strengths. Without you, he has no personality. He has no loyalty. He has no purpose.
David, the protein checks out. There's no killer enzyme. I'm going to administer it to Olivia right now.
Good.
I've fulfilled my end of the bargain, Detective. Now it's time for you to fulfill yours.
Follow me. Brandt's in that container there.
Wait. Get him out.
All right, check for anything suspicious before you open the door.
Wasn't so painful after all, was it?
What's that?
Doing business with me.
Any wires, nothing?
He's not here.
I'm going after Nagel.
It's over.
You know I can't let you take me in, David.
I don't think you have much choice.
Of course I do.
Hey. You okay?
Barely worked up a sweat. And you?
I'm all right.
Any word on Morales?
He's doing better. They upgraded his condition from critical to stable.
Good news.
Not honoring any agreement with Nagel still out there.
Nagel's dead.
I don't believe you.
Then believe me.
With this new development, there's no longer a need to send you to Mars.
You should look happy, Brent. This turned out to be quite a day for you.
I still have to testify against recall.
Yes, you do.
We've arranged to finish your deposition at a safe house here in the city. We move in the morning. Hugh, you be in charge of the detail.
Excuse me. How is she?
Why don't you go see for yourself?
Hey.
Hi.
Do you know me yet?
Yes.
Who are you?
I am Olivia Hume, your wife. I'm starting to remember now. I remember every time I look at those beautiful flowers.
That's good. That's good. Anything else?
Yes. I remember that thing you wear.
What's that? My beeper.
I remember it going off a lot. And I remember your face. But I also remember it leaving. A lot.
I'm not going anywhere.
You're not.
I'm staying right here.